Hey guys, good afternoon. Hopefully you guys are doing well. Hopefully you guys are having a great week already. Well, for me, I want to talk about something real quick. So, I had a discussion with a couple of people the last few weeks, and it gotten bigger and bigger. But I read an article today that I'll reference later. But it really made me ask this question: have we become so delusional that we are willing to put standards to a test by the means of how we do it today? Here's why I'm asking this question. I do a lot of research, and a lot of the research I do, I have to deep dive on certain things, and it really does get into a realm of, is the new way better than the old way? Is the old way really stagnant? Blah, 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 and all the other stuff that's included. But the question is, have we as a society, as a whole, from working society to personal society and things like that, have we lessened our standards because we are not able to get the right type of people to be in that decision-making post, or in that working aspect post, and so on and so on? Because I've seen so many people giving me all this statistical analysis, but no one has given me a humanistic analysis, psychological analysis, and on and on and on. I've heard from psychologists and personal trainers, personal coach, and all this other stuff, but no one seems to relegate to the idea that when individuals, especially companies and organizations, have to lower their standard to get people to join a team, a working team, or an organization, are we making an open sign that there's going to be problems in the long run? That question was asked so many times in the last 2 to 5 years, and I've heard all the answers and all the aspect and all the statistics, like I said. But an article today I read made me think: is lowering the standard for people to join the military because no one wants to join the military the right thing to do? All right, I will tell you my opinion, and I'll tell you what I've heard from other people, and I'll tell you the reality. The first thing, the reality is, no one's going to join the military. I've talked to a lot of parents, especially fellow veterans, who encourage, and in some cases discourage, their children to join the service. Everybody has a reason. Let's leave it like that. The idea that people should join the military service has always been a poignant part. For me personally, from the time I was old enough to read and want to be whatever I wanted to be, because my parents, they were proactive of me doing whatever I want. When I finally joined the military, my mother said it: "You finally decided to join the military." Oh my geez. Because she knew I was going to be military driven. I was military driven. Even when I was young, I wanted to join a military academy. I wanted to go to military school. When I was in high school, I applied to be one of those people, to apply to talk to the senators, congressmen, whatever, to join the military academy. Because to me, the military, even today, is something I want to do. It's a perspective of reason that I still believe that we should have people join voluntarily because it's a great time to be a service member, and to serve our nation means a lot for a lot of aspect. All right. But the question today is, do we need to lower the standards for individuals to join the service because a lot of people don't want to join the service? And that key reason for me personally, I feel lowering the standards does not make us stronger or better. We can lower certain standards. I'll support that, but I don't believe we should lower the standard to get people in just to get them in. Because in reality, the functional aspect of the military is to get the best of the best. We can't reflect the challenges in the service in the future. We can't. We cannot project that. We can assume, presume, whatever you want to say it. But in the reality, the real world is that our service is going to change. It's always going to change. It's going to get worse, better, whatever you want to say it. But the key factor is that we're not going to be a force of the 80s and the 90s. But the point is, we have to be disciplined enough that we cannot just say, hey, let's lower the standard and let's get the body in. I understand we need bodies, but we also need people who are focused, who are willing to join voluntarily and serve this nation. People's going to have their own opinion, and this is mine. I don't believe the standard should be lowered because of that idea of people lowering their standard is more important than anything else. The reality of our situation today in this world is that people will always be challenged. But being in the military is a different deal. Being in law enforcement is a different deal. Being in first responder is a different deal. These men and women who join the military, who does all this other stuff, have to be, including law enforcement and emergency teams, have to be focused individuals who must be able to serve with the focus that they'll do their job with great emphasis on doing the right thing at the right time. So to me, lowering the standard does not mean it's going to be better. It will hurt the long run of the people. That's why we have to do what's best, but not lowering the standard. It's not best. So what do you think? Should we lower the standard for people to join the service? So good luck. Have a nice day. Stay safe.